Hi, and welcome to the June 2023 Bourne Review. I'm Susan Barlow. There's so much going on in Bourne, I'm putting the calendar first. Every Wednesday from 1 to 6 p.m., head over to the Buzzards Bay Park for the Buzzards Bay Farmers Market. There's vendors there offering fresh produce, fresh seafood, meats, artwork, crafts, and more. The Bourne Society for Historic Preservation's Briggs McDermott House, located at 22 Sandwich Road, across from the library, is open for the summer with a new exhibit called Briggs McDermott House Past to Present. Features photos, artifacts, and documentation of the preservation and restoration that took place to save the house from the wrecking ball in 1979. The house will be open to the public on Fridays and Saturdays from 1 to 4 p.m. through September 2nd, and by appointment and for special events. You can reach them by phone at 508-563-1087. Onset holds the Summer of Love concert series on Wednesday nights, 6:30 to 9 p.m. Here's their lineup. July 12th, It's True. July 19th, the Birch Swart Band. July 26th, the Gary Backstrom Band plays tribute to Paul Simon. August 2nd, Way Up South. August 9th, Hipshot Band. August 16th, Wuhan. August 23rd, Whiskey Saints. August 30th, Fenario. On Thursday nights, don't miss the live music in the park at Buzzards Bay from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. The Cape Cod Canal Region Chamber of Commerce announced the lineup of bands for the 2023 summer season of Concerts by the Canal. July 13th, it's the Jody Moore Band, plays classical and modern rock, funk, and dance. July 20th, the Tattoo Cowboy plays country rock. July 27th, the Midnight Society does covers from the 50s to current. August 3rd, it's the Showstoppers, an a cappella group playing top 40. August 10th, it's Indigo Shore, an acoustic cover band. August 17th, it's classic rock with the Faye Band, and August 24th, it's locals Band of Brothers playing classic rock hits. All concerts are Thursday evening, 6:30 to 8:30 at the Gazebo in Buzzards Bay Park off Main Street by the railroad bridge. Bring a chair or a blanket and a picnic, or enjoy food from one of the great area restaurants in Bourne's downtown. On July 9th, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., it's the 13th annual Blackbeard's Motorcycle Ride in memory of our hero SSG Matthew Pacino, a Special Forces Green Beret who laid down his life in Afghanistan on November 23, 2009. Registration will begin at 9 a.m. at the Ultimate Vehicle Storage, located at 147 State Road in Sagamore Beach. Participants will receive a custom patch. The ride will end at noon back at the Ultimate Vehicle Storage location with entertainment, raffles, and food trucks. Bourne Youth Baseball offers summer Saturday pickup baseball for 7 to 12-year-olds at the Monument Beach Baseball Park from 10 a.m. to noon through August 26th. On July 18th, Bourne Newcomers and Neighbors will hold its annual beach party on Hen Coves Beach from 5:30 till dusk. BNN is a nonprofit social group for newcomers and longtime residents. Their mission is to welcome newcomers to the area and provide existing members of the community with social activities and an atmosphere of friendliness, goodwill, and helpful information for members. If you'd like more information about this social group, check out bournenewcomers.org. On Saturday, August 12th, the Taylors Point Village Association will host a talk on fire prevention with Bourne Deputy Fire Chief Joseph J. Carrera, Jr. For more information, you can contact Joe Carrera Sr. at 774-313-9864. Unfortunately, the Upper Cape Car Show on June 27th was canceled due to rain, but upcoming car shows are scheduled for July 11th. We'll show Classic Cars and Motorcycle Night, July 25th, Classic Cars and Import Cars Night, August 8th, Classic Cars and Muscle Cars Night, and August 22nd, Classic Cars and Overlanders and Adventure Vehicles. They're all held at the Upper Cape Tech High School, 220 Sandwich Road, from 5 to 7:30 p.m. The annual Falmouth Village Street Fair will be held on July 12th. The fair is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and the fair will be held on Main Street, which is closed to traffic for the fair. Barnstable County Fair is at the Cape Cod Fairgrounds on Route 151 from Monday, July 17th through Sunday, July 23rd. On the 17th, there's a moto stunt show. Top professional athletes perform BMX, min bike, and freestyle stunts. On July 18th, on the main stage, it's Boomtown Saints beginning at 7:30 p.m. On July 19th, it's the world's largest demolition derby at 7:30. On July 20th, the band Foghat takes the main stage at 7:30. On the 21st, it's the music of ABBA at 7:30. On the 22nd, it's Runaway June on the main stage, also at 7:30. And on the 23rd, it's Alex Shillow's tribute to Bruce Springsteen. This concert begins at 6 p.m. Fair tickets can be purchased in advance online at capecodfairgrounds.com. Of course, there are 4-H demos, petting zoo, livestock, and crafts, great fair food, rides, and games on the Midway. Here's some headline news and announcements. Bourne's been eating some Wheaties, I think. Huge shout out to the Bourne High School baseball team and coach Sean Donovan for being the first team in Bourne High School history to win the MIAA Division V State Championship. That's right, the 2023 Bourne Canalmen beat Hopkins Academy 10-5 at Polar Park in Worcester on Sunday, June 18th. Congratulations, I'm sure that made for quite a happy Father's Day. Also, congratulations to Team Tarantino for winning the Major League Championship game. The number 1 seed going in handled their business and came out with a 17-5 victory. It was awards night with the Braves on June 28th. Bourne youth baseball players were very excited and cheered each other on as the awards were handed out before the game at Duran Field. The Marine Life Center held its second annual Food Truck Festival on June 10th. What a fantastic turnout for this fundraiser. 10 food trucks, craft vendors, a live band, and a petting zoo drew large crowds. It was a beautiful day until thunderstorms rolled in around 2:30.
All right. Well, thank you. We're here at the National Marine Life Center on a very exciting day. This is our annual Food Truck Festival. We've got a number of people inside. We have a lot of food trucks this year. We have over 10 trucks. We have a great band and a lot of crafters. So if you're out there and you want to come on down, if you miss it today, we'll have it again this time next year.
Unfortunately, the rain didn't hold out for the following weekend when the Bourne Historical Society held its annual Strawberry Festival at Uptuxet. Still, there was a good turnout and strawberry shortcake was served up in the pavilion. And the grill was busy. Highline Cruises has replaced the Viking Canal cruise ship with the MV Monhegan. The Viking was the only Highline Canal cruise vessel since 1979. It's been relocated to Hyannis for harbor tours. Canal cruises leave from Onset. Highline offers sightseeing tours down the canal and also music and party cruises. For more information and tickets, visit highlinecruises.com. The EPA ruled in its draft report that the Army National Guard's proposed multi-purpose machine gun range at Joint Base Cape Cod is a significant public health hazard. In spite of the findings and public outcry, along with community leaders and institutions, have all condemned the idea of building atop the sole source aquifer. U.S. Senators Elizabeth Warren and Ed Markey and Representative Bill Keating have all spoken out with their concerns, as did State Senator Susan Moran, Representative Dylan Fernandez, and Kip Diggs. The Barnstable County Commissioners voted unanimously in opposition to it, and the County Assembly of Delegates weighed in against the plan, as did the Mashpee and Falmouth Select Boards, the Wampanoag Tribe, the League of Women Voters, the Sierra Club, and the Association to Preserve Cape Cod. The Guard still wants to build the range. The EPA's final report will be issued after a public comment period which ended June 26. We're now awaiting the final report, and if it upholds the findings in the draft report, no federal funding for the multi-purpose machine gun range on top of the Cape's sole source aquifer will be allowed. In case you're heading to Boston, please note that the Sumner Tunnel will be closed July 5th through August 31st. The Sandwich Boardwalk is closed and under construction. A storm back in January of 2022 badly damaged sections of the boardwalk. It is estimated to cost about $3 million to repair the boardwalk. ARPA funds and other aid could pay for up to $2.6 million. Local photographer John Doble took these wonderful photos to remind us of this iconic structure. On Saturday, July 1st, the Taylor Point Association hosted a coffee talk on the exploding tick population with Barnstable County entomologist Larry Dapsis. It was held at the Association building at 10 Saltworks Lane in Taylor's Point. Here are some tips. Prevention is key, and one of the best methods of defense is to spray clothing such as shoes, socks, and pant legs with permethrin spray. Here's an update on striper fishing in the canal by East End Eddie Doherty, a retired Massachusetts court clerk magistrate appointed by the late Governor A. Paul Cellucci, author of 7 Miles After Sundown about surf casting the Cape Cod Canal for striped bass.
Good morning. We're here in the east end of the canal for another season on the Big Ditch. The regulations changed this year for striped bass. A keeper now is 28 inches to less than 31 inches, and so it has to be at least 28, and if it's 31 or more, you have to put it back in the water. So I was actually teaching some fishing seminars over the past winter at Mohegan Sun, and I was teaching a couple of them, and while I was telling guys what a slot is, because a slot is basically a fish that's a keeper, 28 to less than 31 inches, that's what we call a slot now. So while I was teaching guys what a slot is, my wife was playing the slots, and she hit for $400 on a penny slot, so that was good. I didn't even know penny slots paid that much, but anyways, those are the regulations for this year, and it's pretty much been cut in half. It used to be less than 35 inches. So it's been great in the canal. April was the more fish caught in April than I can remember. It used to be if I caught 1 or 2 keepers, I was happy in the month of April. This year there were fish probably 25, 28 pounds caught, and Bull McKinnon caught a 15-pounder. Kenny Nevins was catching a lot of slot fish with his SP minnow. And May started out gangbusters. The first 2 weeks of May were unbelievable. They're just phenomenal fishing back and forth. There were stripers riding the east tide, the west tide, and they were active even during slack tide, feeding on an abundance of bait in the canal, mackerel and squid and silver sides, a lot of bait everywhere. And so the standard, pretty much the gold standard for stripers now is 40 inches. If you catch a fish that's 40 inches or more, you're doing pretty well. And the reason that's become a little more prevalent is because, you can't, if you caught a 50-pounder, you want to take it to the tackle shop to get it weighed. You can't do that anymore because you'd have to kill the fish. And so the only fish you can kill are 28 to less than 31 inches of slot fish. So because of that, guys measure fish more often than weigh them. My readers like to read actually about weight, so I carry a small scale with me, but most guys just measure them. And 40 inches, like I said, is the gold standard. Tim Hollywood Petrarca caught 8 40-inch fish, at least 40-inch, by the end of May. Most of them were probably in the first 2 weeks of May. And he's a great fisherman. Larry Silvestri caught a nice fish. Bobby Dyer caught a 48-inch striped bass in May. So guys were doing well all around. June was great too, and the talk of the canal in May and the beginning of June was of this black bear running around southeastern Massachusetts. And somebody named him Buster, and Buster showed up everywhere. He was in Plymouth, he was in New Bedford. Somebody said he was in New Bedford because he could smell Ma's Donuts, which is now called Grandma's Donuts. But Then he ends up in Marion, and a woman was on a boat, and she filmed Buster walking down the dock in Marion. And Buster decided to take a swim, so he jumped in the ocean, and he swam across Sippacan Harbor, heading for the canal. So we were just all very happy that the curious carnivore didn't show up at any of our fishing spots. Anyways, I hope he stays out in the woods. So June continued to be great, and Kenny Nevins caught a 36-pound striper that was 48 inches long, and on a green spro, 2-ounce bucktail, and that was at slack tide. I caught a 20-pound striper on a striper gear rocket, ghost white color, and the fish was pretty far out. The reason I was able to reach this breaking striper that was 20 pounds is because I had the rocket on, and the rocket casts like a rocket, so that was great. And Dancing Ben Firmino caught a 40-pounder that measured out to 45 inches. He was using a parrot-colored super strike parrotfish. Needlefish. And Dancing Ben's a great guy from Sandwich. The reason we call him Dancing Ben is because when he gets to the Rip Rap Stone Bank and walks down on the bottom next to the water and gets to his fishing spot, he immediately does a fishing dance. Now, Ben's fish dance, he claims, brings the fish in, and you know, Ben caught a 40-pounder with his fish dance, so don't be surprised if you see a lot of guys doing a fish dance if Ben keeps catching 40-pounders. I may be doing an Irish jig myself if I can catch a 40-pounder, so things have been good. And Bill on the Grill Prudo also has caught a lot of fish, a lot of 40-inch fish. The other day, Bill caught a 41-inch fish and on a yellow guppy jobo, and right after he released that fish, he hooked into another fish that was even bigger. And he fought this fish to fruition and brought the fish right to his feet. And right when the fish got to his feet at the last minute, a seal came along, grabbed the fish, and ripped it right out of there. So, you know, usually seals attack once they see the fish like 10 yards out, 20 yards out. This one just waited till the last minute. Sometimes seals sit right in front of me just looking to see if your rod bends, they go right down because they know there's a fish on the end. Pretty smart seals. And Bill on the Grill Prudo, he caught some 35-pounders. He's been doing really well, having a great fishing season. But the fish of the month was caught by Jalen Keegan. It wasn't as big as some of those other fish I told you about, but Jalen's only 7 years old, and she caught a big fish, was approximately 37 inches. She was fishing with her father, Sean, nice family from Norwood, and congratulations to Jalen. She's now an official certified canal rat after catching that fish, so that's great. My tip of the month is, you know, I always carry a small bottle of water with me on the canal, and the men's and ladies' rooms don't open until 8:30, so I just take it for sips. But in any event, when I walk down to my spot next to the ocean, I put my bottle of water next to a rock behind me. Well, when you do that, put your bottle next to a rock, put it on the west side of the rock. That way, when the sun comes up, it won't affect it won't heat up the water and keep your bottle of water a little bit cooler a little longer. So that's my tip of the month. And until next time, catch a big one.
Want your nice canal catch mentioned? Email the details to eastendeddie789@yahoo.com. Now for our top stories. The Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection finalized regulations governing septic systems and watershed permits on June 23rd. For years, we have known that the main culprit of our damaged and degraded watersheds was due to conventional septic systems that don't remove enough nitrogen. With the new regulations that go into effect on July 7th, conventional septic systems will no longer be allowed to be installed in sensitive watershed areas. In a June 21st press release, the Healy-Driscoll administration announced the final regulations that will set Cape Cod on a path to reverse decades of nitrogen pollution and restore estuaries to their natural state. Elevated levels of nitrogen in water bodies causes accelerated growth of nuisance plants, weeds, and algae that use up much of the oxygen in the water and force out indigenous fish and plant species. Water bodies often also experience a displeasing, cloudy green coloring and unpleasant smell. The watershed permit is a 20-year permit that enables communities to design and implement wastewater solutions tailored to the specific watersheds and communities' needs. Watershed permits will enable communities to implement a range of strategies to reduce nitrogen pollution, including centralized wastewater treatment plants and alternative approaches such as aquaculture, innovative and alternative septic systems, permeable reactive barrier walls, and fertilizer reduction. Bourne and other towns across the Cape have already been working on comprehensive wastewater management plans, and with the final regulations announced, can move forward with their plans. Energy and Environmental Affairs Secretary Rebecca Tepper says, "When the environment suffers, so does a community's quality of life. Mitigating nitrogen pollution will preserve and grow the tourism, recreation, and fishing industries on Cape Cod." Here's what's happening downtown. The annual Bourne on the 4th of July parade was held on Main Street, running from Taylor's Point to Perry Ave. Lots of folks turned out in their patriotic gear in spite of intermittent rain to celebrate America's Independence Day. Here's an update on town services. Lifeguards will be on Monument Beach this summer from July 1st through August 13th. The Residential Recycling Center Ice Swim is now in their summer schedule, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Here's what's happening at the library.
So you're probably wondering what that was all about. Were you wondering?
I still am wondering, yes.
You have right to wonder. So, hot, hot, hot. Here we are. The weather has been hot, humid, steamy, and the key word of the day was hot. Want to remind everyone that we have hot spots here at the library.
What does that mean?
Okay, I thought you'd never ask. A hotspot is a small device that allows you to have internet in places that you might not. Okay. So if you're on vacation and your Wi-Fi is down or your phone doesn't pick up a good signal, you can use one of these hotspots. The only requirements are you have to have a Bourne library card, be over 18, and complete one of the applications. Pretty straightforward. The loan period is either 1 week or 2 weeks. So cool. It's kind of a nice device, particularly if you want to do streaming. If you want to go to the beach and your kids are bored, you can be watching a streaming because you've got the hot spot. Good. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Summer's here.
It sure is.
So I wanted to know, do you want to go out to dinner on Wednesday?
We cannot because, we go early because we're going to have Wednesday night adult gigs in the garden.
Gigs in the garden?
Gigs in the garden at 6:30 in what we call the children's garden, but after hours, it's the adult garden. And what are we going to have?
I don't know.
Lots of fun stuff. First off, we're going to have stories from the Studebaker and other cars we loved. It's stories of the 50s and 60s.
I think there's music with that too.
Cool.
Like a little story, a little song. Okay.
All right. Then we have Salty Kisses, a jazz trio.
Oh, I thought you were serious. Like those caramels that are salty.
Those are awfully good. Anyway, bring them with you.
Oh, good idea.
Enough to share. Summer Songs with Matt York. We are going to have classical and American guitars with Scott Ouellette, railroad songs, and of course, Irish songs. Wednesday night at 6:30. Come on down, have fun.
Rain or shine. Worst case, if the weather is terrible, we will have it in the program room.
And bring a chair.
Bring a chair, bring a blanket, bring your snacks.
And it's free. You don't have to sign up. Just show up.
There you go. Well, I'm getting ready for gentle yoga.
Gentle yoga?
Yes, as opposed to harsh yoga.
As opposed to we won't get hurt yoga.
As opposed to, oh my God, I've pulled a hammy. Starting Monday, July 10th, We are going to have gentle yoga for adults, $20 for 3 classes, and I think it's going to be really fun. I hope that it's not blistering hot because I can just see we will then be calling it hot gentle yoga.
People like that though.
Yes, they
Hot
do.
yoga is a thing.
I do not like to sweat.
No.
So the registration forms are available online. There is a $20 copay for the 3 classes. It's really just to secure your spot. Bring your own mat or a blanket or something. Good afternoon, Bourne Public Library. How can I help you?
Hi, do you happen to have a copy of Ellen Hillenbrand's newest book?
5-Star Weekend?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, there's a lot of people on hold.
I know, I'm like number 782 or something.
Okay, I don't think it's quite that high, madam, but one moment. We do have an express copy.
You do?
Yes.
Do I have to pay anything for that?
Nope, express copies are just, if you're here and you're lucky, you can grab it, check it out for 2 weeks, and
Wow.
can't be renewed, so you've got to read quickly.
Okay, and there's no cost to that?
Nope.
But can you put it on hold for me?
No, that kind of defeats the purpose of an express copy.
Okay, well, I'll be right down then.
Okay, see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Last week we had summer reading kickoff. We've already had 212 kids sign up for summer reading.
The library held its summer reading kickoff party with DJ Ooch and the gigantic Hodgepodge. The kids had a blast playing dance games with DJ Ooch and marveling at the size of Hodgepodge, and the Frosty ice cream truck was a big hit.
Hello, kiddos. Welcome to the library. I am Hodgepodge. Nice to meet you. Hello, people.
The Bourne Recreation Department has summer clinics. The Canalman Hoop School for grades 5 through 8 runs Monday, July 10th through Thursday, July 13th. The Bourne High School Volleyball Clinic runs July 31st to August 4th at the Bourne High School gym. Straight Up Pickleball clinics will be held at the Katomet Schoolhouse courts on July 13th and the 20th. Beginner and advanced clinics are offered. For more details and to register, go to bournerec.com. The Bourne Food Pantry is located at 121 Main Street, and it's open Tuesdays from 9 a.m. to noon. You can reach them by phone Mondays through Wednesdays, 508-759-3351. 265 pounds of food was collected at the Monument Beach Polar Club annual food drive. This year it was held at the Food Pantry. Big thanks to all who participated. The Council on Aging, located at the Community Building, 239 Main Street, offers a variety of programming. The COA honored 3 retiring volunteers at the Volunteer Appreciation Breakfast on June 8th. Lorraine Young, Lillian Harwood, and Ken Blanchard. The celebration was attended by Select Board Chair Mary Jane Mastrangelo, State Senator Susan Moran, and State Representatives David Vieira and Stephen Zaros, who honored the volunteers with citations. Farmers Market coupons for individuals who are age 60 plus and low income. The $50 coupons are available July 10th from 9 a.m. to 11 on a first-come, first-served basis. Men's Fitness is moving to Fridays at 11 a.m. from July 21st through August 25th. This class is free and pre-registration is required through the VNA of Cape Cod. Give them a call, 508-957-7423. There's a human service grant available. The town of Bourne seeks proposals from interested nonprofit agencies to provide projects, programs, and services that address unmet needs in the community. For an application, please call Deborah Oliveira at 508-759-0600, extension 5226. The applications are due by Friday, July 21st. Know Your Numbers is a presentation by Lauren Forzati, public health nurse of the VNA of Cape Cod. Wednesday, August 9th at 10:30, call the COA to register. Pizza and Ice Cream Sundae Party will be held on July 12th at noon. Reservations are required: 1 slice of pizza, a drink, and an ice cream sundae per person. Call the COA office. Diabetic cooking that actually tastes good? You can find out with Therapy Gardens on Thursday, August 10th at 1:30 p.m. Call the COA office to register. Painting party with supplies included, spaces limited, will be held on August 3rd at 1:30 p.m. Again, call to register. There's a Computer Essentials class. It's a 5-week session held on Wednesdays and Fridays from 10 to 11:30, August 8th through September 8th. This course is for beginners only and will go over the basics. Space is limited. To register, call Denise at Elder Services, 508-394-4630, extension 366. You can read the Council on Aging newsletter online at townofbourne.com. Click on Council on Aging Department and then select Newsletter from the menu on the left. Or stop by and give them a visit. The Council on Aging is in the Bourne Community Building, 239 Main Street. While you're there, you can drop off eyeglasses to the Lions drop box, donate non-perishable food items to the food pantry donation box, pick up a novel for a small donation, or return your library book to the book drop near the gym entrance, and much more. Here's some beautiful photos taken by area photographers showing the beauty that surrounds us. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up to date with what's happening in Bourne. Go to youtube.com and search for Bourne Community TV. Hit subscribe. Please support our programming at Bourne TV by visiting bournetv.com. Click on membership. Well, thanks so much for watching this episode of the Bourne Review. Happy summer, and I'll see you next time.